Ever tried manifesting your dream life while sitting in the middle of a life that looks nothing like it? Like saying affirmations under your breath through gritted teeth on a lunch break that you don't want to come back from. Or visualizing your next level self while folding laundry in a house you're trying to get out of. After a while, it doesn't feel like aligning. It starts to feel like you're acting. This episode is for the in-between. For the days when the vision feels far away, the signs are quiet, and everything inside you is asking, why hasn't this worked yet? I like to think of manifestation like a long drive across the country. You set your destination, your intention, and start moving. But the road is never straight. There are stops, there are detours, there are dead ends. You don't always know what's coming or how long you'll be in the space between here and there. But what if that stretch of stillness isn't off course technically? What if it's the most honest part of the journey? That's what we are dissecting today. Let's cue the reel. I'm Lindsay Brand, and this is Cue the Reel, the show where we talk about manifestation in real life, all the messy, beautiful parts that are the journey. Today, we're tackling what to do when you feel stuck or like maybe you've failed. We're going to talk about how to shift by understanding what this part of the journey is really asking of you. This place, this stuck place, or what my partner calls the waiting space, sucks. It feels like your atoms can't coexist with one another inside of you. Half of you is already living in the new reality while the other half hasn't arrived yet. You haven't made it all the way to the destination, and it just feels like it's killing you. I imagine it's like what a shapeshifter must feel going from one form to the other, like a werewolf shifting into full wolf, and usually that's shown as something that's painful in films. To me, it's also like being a twisted ice cream cone, half one flavor, half another. My atoms are buzzing differently, and I can feel something coming, but it just feels wild, like animals howling and going crazy before something like a tsunami hits. This in-between, this waiting space, this wild, insane, magical place is beautiful. And when you accept it, you start to see exactly where you are on your journey. You can trust it. You can know deep down that you're on your path because throughout life, this will happen every single time a big shift is coming. It feels like a roller coaster. Each roller coaster out there is different, but inherently they share the same thrills, right? Loops, turns, drops, and you know you'll reach the highest peak at some point on that ride and then drop. It doesn't scare you any less though because you've been on other roller coasters. Your body still has a visceral reaction, and the same is true here. Nothing seems to be happening, but you're right on the precipice, just dangling there, seemingly forever. This waiting space, as painful and uncomfortable as it is not just some empty pause. It's where the deepest shifts are happening inside of you. On the outside, your life might feel frozen or stagnant, but inside, your beliefs, your energy, your sense of self are quietly breaking down and rebuilding. And manifestation isn't simply about ticking boxes or checking off goals. It's about a transformation in who you are, your identity, your worthiness, and your alignment with what you want. It can feel isolating and confusing because you're shifting in ways that aren't yet visible to the outside world. So you might lose old habits or ways of thinking or people that you used to be around, but the new version of yourself hasn't fully emerged yet. That tension, the gap between who you were and who you're becoming can create a sense of disconnection or frustration or even grief. So you may find yourself feeling feelings that maybe you haven't felt before that you need to go internally and look at and dissect and ask yourself what's going on. And this internal reconfiguration that's going on is totally necessary because without it, you risk manifesting from a place that isn't fully aligned or ready yet. And what you get might feel hollow, temporary, or just unsatisfying. Everything will happen at exactly the right moment. This is the precision of timing that often goes unseen. So when you feel stuck, it's not a failure or a sign you're off path. It's the often invisible, intense work of preparing yourself to step fully into what you want. This is the space where your beliefs are recalibrated, your confidence is tested, your vision deepens, and it's where you learn to trust yourself fully, even when the outside world doesn't reflect your inner transformation yet. Now that we understand what the waiting space really is, let's talk about how to move through it without losing your momentum or your faith. It's important to recognize that shifting isn't about pushing harder or forcing things to happen. Trying to control or rush the process usually backfires and causes more resistance and frustration. This is something Abraham Hicks talks about when it comes to paddling upstream. You're going against the force, you're making things harder on yourself, and you're making things take longer than they should. Instead, paddle in the direction of the flow of the water, and that would be your gut, your intentions, your feelings, follow your thoughts. Whatever is coming to you that feels right, that's what you should be doing, not pushing against something. It means turning into yourself, your energy, your feelings, your needs, and adjusting your focus from the outcome that you want to alignment. And I have some practical ways that you can do that. First, let go of any timeline and expectations about how and when things should happen. This is really tough because you're like, how much longer can I do this, right? Remind yourself that everything will happen at exactly the right moment. This helps reduce the pressure and opens you to possibilities you might not have considered. Second, pay attention to what feels genuine and true in your heart, rather than what looks right on paper and what others are expecting of you. Check in with yourself daily and ask, what feels aligned for me right now? What is my true, genuine, authentic response to what is occurring? Third, create small daily habits that nourish your energy and keep you connected to your intention. This could be a few minutes of quiet meditation, journaling your feelings honestly, or moving your body in a way that feels good. Next, and this is a big one, practice self-compassion. People are so hard on themselves, and my current life coach right now keeps telling me, stop being so hard on yourself. And I think it's difficult when you have really high expectations for yourself and other people. So be kinder to yourself, be gentler. When you feel stuck or frustrated, be nice. Acknowledge the difficulty without judgment and remember that this is part of your growth. Accept yourself where you are. To me, this is akin to creating a statue out of marble. When you're halfway done, you don't hate it because it isn't complete. You accept it where it is and trust the process that it will be complete in time. Next, stay curious rather than critical. And this is in line with self-compassion as well. Notice what's changing inside of you. Even if your outer circumstances seem static, celebrate small internal shifts and insights that you see. I'm someone that just celebrates anything. Anytime something pops up, I'm like, okay, I'm going to celebrate it because I want more of that in my life. Lastly, limit feelings of being overwhelmed by focusing on just one or two of these actions each day. Don't try to implement everything at once. Make something a habit so that when you're doing it each day, it doesn't feel like you're getting overwhelmed. Trying to do too much can drain your energy and create more blockage. Shifting also means embracing patience without resignation, trusting the precision of timing while still staying active in your growth. You're not stuck because you're failing. You're stuck because something inside of you is reconfiguring, and the best way forward is to give that process room to breathe. So if you're in it right now, this strange, shaky, in-between waiting space, I want you to know this. You're not lost, you're not broken, and you're not doing it wrong. You're in the exact stretch of road where your old world is dissolving and your new one hasn't fully formed yet. And yes, that can feel unbearable at times, but you're not meant to bear it alone, and you're not meant to rush through it. And it really just comes down to trusting the universe. Trust the part of you that senses what's coming, even when there's no evidence yet, because the truth is, you're already on your way if you set an intention. Referencing back to the road trip metaphor I used earlier of driving across the country, you don't get discouraged because you can't see the destination in front of you. You know you're going to get there eventually, and you can trust that, just like you can trust your GPS. In the meantime, keep aligning with what feels true. Keep nourishing your spirit. Keep clearing space for what you've asked for. And when it shows up, and it will, you'll recognize it because it will match the new version of you that was being formed in the waiting space. That's where the magic happens. That's where the becoming takes place. If you're feeling stuck, lost, or like nothing's moving, trust the shift. The moment you're waiting for is already on its way. If this moves something in you, share it with someone who needs it too, and hit follow or subscribe for more grounded takes on manifestation every week, twice a week. Until next time, keep walking toward the version of you who already has it.